Okay. I'm just gonna speed it up and then pause it when I need to. Alright, so there's a deep ante table in the bottom left. I just needed to realize that. And then the other ones are normal tables. So you're effectively in the cutoff with connected hands. So I think this is an open for like 3x. Or maybe 4x, I'm not sure how deep ante tables work especially. But maybe if you just like press the pot button, you don't have the pot button there, but maybe get a hotkey set to it. That's generally a pretty good standard open for like deep stack poker, 100 bigs or more. Okay, so whatever your standard is, that looks like it's going to be fine. So yeah, you flop 2 overs and a gut shot. So I think this is a standard c-bet, probably for like 18 cents, maybe a bit more. Yeah, so I really don't like your check. If you're checking all of your weak hands here, then he's just going to barrel you off really hard. Wouldn't it be a terrible check raise spot? Okay, now you got double gutter. I think you should be betting. 16 cents, in my opinion, is too small for the weakness of your hand. You want more folds. He's not going to fold any pair here. And the queen you can genuinely represent if you had like ace queen, king queen, queen jack. So I think you should be betting bigger. I just think he's going to be calling this a lot. Okay, so you must have had a tiny pocket pair or something, but yeah, I still think my point stands. Yeah, queen 8 of diamonds is a fold there against that short pair. Okay, good fold. Okay, so the ante's gone up top. King deuce, it's quite strong in terms of value, so I think you can like maybe raise as a bluff. Because the deuce isn't going to play very well, but the king has good equity, so I think raising as a bluff is the better play here. Or folding, folding's fine. King 8 off as a fold, yeah. Okay, so you're facing a limp in the bottom right one. I'd definitely raise ace 10 here, the value. There's been a post as well. 6, 2, 8. Make it like 10 or 12 here. Because you're in position, I think 10's okay. 2.5x blind versus blind, I think that's good in the top right. Yeah, your squeeze gets through, and so does the steal. Okay. King 9 off it, I think it's a good check. Definitely going to lead the bottom left one for like 4 cents. 3 cents with the flush draw there. You got the king of hearts, so it doesn't make it as bad. I think 4 is just better. Good set mining in the top right. I think bet for value or check call in the bottom left. I think either is fine. It seems like you've gone for the check call. Yeah, I don't think you can bet for value on the ace, so just check call. Pocket 5, so you can call this and try and spike a set for 2 cents. So you got the best hand in the bottom left. That's good. King 7. Yeah, this looks good. It's obviously top right fold. Yeah. Well, it's actually harder watching 4 tables than playing 4 tables. Alright, pocket 9s against a big blind. Yeah, you can definitely bet for value. So check, and you turn a pretty good card as well. Yeah, good fold, queen 9. Good open and good fold. So yeah, 8 cents is good there. Yeah, nice raises. Okay, I missed what was happening in the top left, so let's just go back. Alright, so I assume you see bet the flop. Alright, so the pot got escalated because it's the ante-table. Yeah, I think you should... I agree it's not the greatest flop for you to see bet and get folds, but I think it's worth it. Just because you can double barrel and he'll fold a lot of like 10x and weird 8-9, 8 like 9-8 gut shots and stuff like that. Ace is a great card for you to represent. If he bets, I'm just going to fold, but yeah, I like your bet here. But I'm just going to shut down on the river. Just to, like, I mean, you did like tell a reasonable story about having the ace. I think he just fancies stationing. So I think it's fine. I think your line's good. So bottom right, we're definitely going to call 4 cents to set mine. We're just going to shut down on the bottom right. Looks like we might have the best hand. Turn a river is set. 20, well yeah, 17 is probably fine because they're showing a lot of weakness. So yeah, I think that's fine. King 10 is strong enough to raise in the bottom right. Don't hate the check, but I think it's strong enough to raise. I think you just missed a really obvious open with 8-6 suited. Yeah, there's no way in hell 8-6 suited is ever folding the top right table there. I think you should always be opening it. And then, yeah, with King 10 in the middle bottom, you should definitely be calling with 1 overcard and a gut shot there for 2 cents. That was a pretty big mistake. 2 pretty big mistakes. So, like the first 5 minutes you played really solid, and then you just made 2 pretty standard mistakes there. So yeah, deuces, good open. A7 against the button. I think you should defend this. I don't think snap folding is a good play. Your hand is definitely strong enough to defend that. King 9 is obviously a check, top left. Flop set. Flush draw out there, so I think a re-raise is good. I'd go to 18 cents. 16's a bit too small and it looks really nutted, but he's quite short, so I don't hate it as much, so I think that's okay. So definitely note that that guy donked the flop for half pot and then folded to a small raise. It's definitely worth noting. Yeah, it's a nice open with in the cutoff there. Oh, you are going to note it. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good. Pocket 10s in the bottom left. I think it's strong enough to just raise. To 3-bet, sorry. Just because he's going to call you with smaller pairs. Ace 10, King 10, maybe King 10 suited, Jack 10 suited, stuff like that. It's not going to play the greatest, but I think they're going to make enough. The average player at 2-0 is definitely going to make enough mistakes. So yeah, I definitely 3-bet that. With a flush draw out there, I think raising is probably a good play here. So obviously the flush draw comes in. Not only does it potentially improve his range, it also kills action when he's got pocket jacks, pocket queens, and better. So I think that's the reason why you've got to raise that flop. So the full house comes in. You should just be betting. His range is pretty inelastic. That in the bottom left, he's either calling or he isn't. So I think a really big pot size bet, like 24, 26 cents, will be a good sizing. A good sizing. Queens is a snap call here. Yep, so 24 cents is perfect. Yeah, a nice hand, well played. Okay, good. Yeah, you're playing really good. I can tell straight away you're better than 2-0. Definitely overlimp the 7-8 suited. So I've done a few of these now for micro stakes players, and they've got some big mistakes in when to barrel and their bet sizing, whereas yours seem to be kind of on point. You've made a few pre-flop errors, but in terms of post-flop, you've played pretty good so far. It's quite early days, but yeah. So suited ace, we're gonna flat. 7-8, so fold. Yeah, why are you folding a suited ace there? Middle top. It's about to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to the flop, and you've got the nut flush draw sort of thing. You should definitely be calling there. I admit you're out of positions. It's going to be kind of tougher to play, but still going to play very well. King 6 off or whatever it was, I think it's a fine fold. Maybe like King 9 off, start opening there. King 7 off on the button, nice open. King Queen obviously opening. For 4 cents you got a call. Probably just check folding. Yeah. In deep-handed top left, we're definitely calling. I think you should still call the 6 cents with the King 10 suited. You've got 2 Broadway cards, you're drawing to the nut straight, you've got the second nut flush draw. I think it's definitely worth playing. Top right, I think for 2 cents you can peel Jack 9 off. But you are dominated in a way, so it's okay, but yeah. So yeah, you flopped absolutely massive in the top left. When you're this deep, so you're all 250 deep, apart from Ice Cold Cash. That's why putting 6 cents in pre, even if he's got aces, you've got so much behind that's just way profitable. Obviously we don't want to be results orientated, you're not always going to flop that big, but for 8 cents, and then you can outplay them post flop, which you seem to be playing pretty good post flop. It's just like, it should be your standard. Yeah, ace 3 suited under the gun is a good fold. Yeah, ace 9 is probably like, yeah, it's like borderline in terms of what you open in this position, middle position. So king high flop, rainbow, definitely c-betting. 8 cents is a good size. Once he calls, just check give up. If it was a heart, I'd like a double barrel. Ace, obviously you got the best hand now. You're chopping with better aces than yours. And you just want to get paid by a king really, so just bet like 16 cents. Or maybe like 10 cents. 10 or 12. Like, it's probably a good spot to underbet and just try and get him to like tilt call. So you went for the check. I just see him checking back a lot here, so don't particularly like this check. I think you're definitely missing out on some thin value. Not that thin value is like the most important thing about 10 and L, but okay. So he seems to be bluffing, I guess. So obviously we're snapping this off. So maybe this has worked as an induced play. Okay, so he had a dominated ace pre-flop. Checked back the turn when he had pretty much the effective nuts, and then you caught up. That's fine. You played it fine. Obviously, under the circumstances, we bet and he raises. It's going to be a tough call, a tough fold for us to make because we just expect him to bet a 5 on the turn. But yeah, I'd probably tell you to call, but because he is a fish. But anyway, seemed to have worked out okay. So top left, I think we saw some guy. Can't remember what happened last time, but someone did min 4 bet, I think, with like a medium strength hand. So I definitely think you can 5 bet here for value for like 40 cents, maybe 45 cents or something. Jack 8 of hearts, I'm gonna call there. Yeah, so I think that's a good call. Okay, so he's calling 25 into 63. It's okay, I guess. And yeah, on that flop, you're just gonna bet like 50 cents and then keep up that sort of like betting ratio. And then you should just try and get stacks in on the river. So yeah, that's a good bet. Jack 8 of hearts was played fine in the middle. Okay, now we just got to focus on getting the stacks in. So I would bet $1.10 or $1.20 here. That'll leave us with $2.80 behind, with a pot of about $4. So yeah, $1.10, $1.20, and then bet all in $2.80 on the river. So yeah, I think you might have. What's this going to leave you with? $3.80 with $3. So like on the river, your river jam's going to be a tiny bit too big, in terms of what it was on the previous street, but it's still fine. You should still call. So yeah, just rip it in. Nice hand, well played. No, what are you doing? Why are you typing that in? No, you should just go all in, definitely there. You're missing pretty big value. Yeah, I mean, you should have just gone all in, mate. But, whatever. Okay. Did you just fold a... I think you should peel once. How did that hand play out? 4-5 suited. Oh, that's pot. Okay, I think I don't mind the fold as much now. So king 10. I can't remember what happened. It's honestly easier playing. Okay, so you isolated limp. Yeah, that's good. I'd probably call once with the 4-5 of clubs. King 10. Yeah, it's nice to see that. I think you do block a lot of the drawing hands in the bottom left, so I think your check back's pretty good. Yeah, check's good again. And check it down, yeah, it's fine. Can't bet for value, can't really fold. I think you could call 9-10 suited in the top right there. Be tough to play, but not tough, but your hand will flop pretty good. And you've definitely got implied odds against any 2NL player. Open that. Good, good, good. King 10 off, under the gun. It's not really, well, yeah. I think you should open that top middle. There's a flush draw out there in top right, so I think just bet. Plus you got him tagged as an aggro donk, so he might spaz if you bet. So definitely, like, I think 8 cents is better there. He's going to be more inclined to call 8 cents than 10 cents. 10 cents looks really strong. Like, he's going to fold pairs below a king a lot of the time there. Top left, suited ace. On a deep stack table, you should definitely be playing like every single suited ace. Because obviously you're playing, well, with some players, 500 big blinds deep. So if you overflush someone, you're just getting their whole stack. I assume you somehow paid a big blind at top right, but yeah. And the cutoff, Jack 9 off, and I think the big blind is a reg if I remember correctly. So he's not going to give you much trouble, so I wouldn't mind an open with Jack 9 off there. Folding's fine as well. 7-8 suited, we should be opening. You seem quite like positionally, like I would say aware, but also a bit scared. I think you should be opening 7-8 suited at 2NL, like with a bunch of people left behind. Queen 9 is obviously a fold, pocket 8 is open. So ace queen we see bet. Pocket 8s, you can check or see bet, it's close. I think you're going to get called quite a lot by at least one of them, and you're drawing to 2 out, so I think checking is better. Check call maybe. 5-7 off for 2 cents, I think you should defend. Folding's not tragic, but yeah. Ace-8 suited, you can fight back with a 3-bet. I think folding's pretty bad with ace-8 suited there. Like, your hand is way too strong versus a button open. I think you should be defending it in some way. Yeah, ace-queen c-bet. So you got pocket 8s, you got a tough decision here. It's quite short. You're quite tight. You're staying out of marginal situations. Probably a good thing at 2NL, like you can just wait for better spots, but I think for 10 cents, I think pocket 8s is strong enough to call there, and then reevaluate the turn. Yeah. So ace queen's good check, shut down, yeah, that's good. So king 3 off is obviously a fold top left. Ace queen is a fold, aces open, yeah. For this price in the bottom middle, I'll probably just call 5 cents to win 25 or 30, whatever it is now. For what it's worth, I wouldn't get married to a pair of 8s with no kicker, but yeah. You're probably not missing out much, but like if you flop 2 pair or straight, then you're going to get paid by someone. So yeah, ace king, we're going to bump it up, I assume. 10. Because you're out of position and you're deep against Persian Shah, whatever his name is, probably make it 12. But yeah, just like when you're in, if you're on the button, I'd make it 10. Because you're out of position, just add on an extra big blind. That's the standard play these days. So there's no c-bet on the bottom left one. I think it's a good play. I think the 10 hits him pretty hard, as does the 7, like 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10 jack, queen 10, queen jack, stuff like that. They're still going to float and stuff, and you don't have any equity, so I don't mind. Yeah, I think the shut down is pretty good. Bottom left, I mean that board smashes his range, and you got no backdoor clubs equity. You got 2 overs and a gut shot, but I just think check folding would probably be the best play. Alright, you're getting a lot of tables up. Okay, just check and hope it goes to showdown. He's got ace jack or something. Yeah, so what you did with 9s in the top right is what you should have done with the ace king the other time. So there's one less limper, but you added on an extra big blind. Maybe it was a misclick, maybe it was intentional, I don't know. Top right, I'm just going to bet against Peppo, just because he's short and he's going to pay you off like a 6 and stuff. Yeah, you're quite cautious post flop, but I think that's good. 12 I think is too small against his range. He's going to call with loads of pairs and gutters, pairs and open-enders. So I think you should be betting bigger there. 14 cents would be my standard. So yeah, jack 8 off is good open. 8, 9 on the button. I'd probably just limp as well and try and outflop Peppo. Don't hate the fold, but just something to consider. Definitely note that solo VCOV or whatever, he donked small and you folded. In the same way that last time someone donked, you got a value hand and you raised over the top and they folded. You got to do the same when you don't have the value hand, and you just got to note that he can donk and maybe it's strong, maybe it's weak. Like because he bet 6 into 14, he doesn't have it to work very often to win money against you, so you should definitely be aware of that. But I think the 2-0 is fine just to fold. Suited queen top left on the button is definitely an open. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, king off, nice open. Top left for 6 cents. I don't understand all these tiny 3-bets, but yeah, I'm definitely calling top left. Yeah, I mean, if those were 2 clubs coming out, you'd be licking your lips, but whatever. Queen deuce is a good fold, but I'm just blind. I mean, you can open it. I probably would in the moment, but I don't mind you folding. So suited ace, you can over limp and then hope it goes multi-way and you flop like a flush draw, or you can isolate the limper with a hand that's probably ahead of his range. So you've gone for the ISO, which I think is fine. Probably c-betting here, like 12 cents or 10 cents or something. Probably going to call with 2 overcards, a backdoor like wheel draw, if you can count that. So I'll definitely be aware that like I donked into you on the flop. Limp call, donk. So you're going to re-raise, isolate him again, which I think is fine. If he does the same line again, then I think you've got to fight back. King 8 off in the bottom left, I think you've got to defend that. Okay, he folded this time, so it's not always strong. So middle top, I think you should be just flat calling any bet here. Here you should bet like 6 or 8 cents. Not in love with your check back. You're just giving free equity away. Would much rather a check there. I mean a bet, sorry. So you hit full house. He's betting pretty firm on the turn. I can't really imagine him having a flush, but if he has, then it's your lucky day. So we're definitely going to raise here to like 65 cents, 66 cents. Yeah, you missed some big value now. So with the pocket queens in the top left earlier, you should have gone all in. That lost you like 60 cents. And then right now, he's going to call 32 cents into $1. Really, you should be calling an extra 10 or 15 cents. So he called, and I just think you missed some value there. If he had worse than an ace, then fair enough, you'd probably bet a good amount. But I just think he had a good hand there. He missed some value. Ace deuce off is fold. I'd probably overlimp the 10-9 off. Just because I'd back myself to play a good post flop. Yeah, 5-6 off I think is a nice open. So you're definitely going to raise against Persian. Jack 8 suited, yep, open. Yep, nice. Yeah, I think you're playing top right hand pretty good. I think this is a call all day, just because all the gut shots missed. 7s is an open, aces is an open, flop a big draw, bet that. It's all kind of going off. I think the 5s, you got to call that. Like, there's just not enough out there which is beating your hand, and you only need to be right 25% of the time, which you definitely are. You can easily have like an ace high, ace jack, ace 10, king queen, king jack, queen 10, 10 jack, stuff like that. Bottom middle, I'm just gonna raise. I would raise here and just get it in. If he's got 6-8, so be it. But if he's got 7-9, you're getting his whole stack. I think, did you miss a double barrel? I think you'd maybe double barrel the top middle if you didn't. Okay, I think you flattened there. King is a good card for you to barrel as well, to make him fold a 10. Right, I've got to go for now. Probably finish up this video later.